Thanks for tuning in to another Sorted Builds video. We're gonna continue posting videos every Sunday and Wednesday, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you want notifications on when videos are released, click the bell button. But we've been working on this thing pretty hard, so let's go back in time and I'll show you the progress we've made. What exactly did I get myself into here? So you just saw me cutting sections of the floor out. What I'm doing is trying to establish a line on the seam for that tunnel so I can cut the floor out of that tunnel, so when I get it sandblasted, we can see or we can clean that tunnel better and then replace any metal in the tunnel that needs to be replaced. But you can see how bad the rust was. And this all comes from the hellhole coming down this frame rail and really making some damage. So right now I'm just going to kind of grind along here and see what the rust looks like. And use a hammer also and see. What I'm really looking for is just how bad it's damaged, so that I know what parts I need to order to replace. Like this section of sheet metal I can get here, replace it. Anyways, I think what I'm going to do now is start tearing down suspension. Probably start in that back section, get that out. Then maybe I'll work on this front. I've only got a little bit of time before I need to go run some errands, so I'll probably put you on time lapse and see what I can get done in the short amount of time I have. Hey, so right now what I'm working on is I'm bracing this car up, because when I cut the floor out, I could see that the door gap was changing a little bit. It started to taco. So it was the middle was going in, and that's because the hell hole rusted all this metal out down here. So you can see I have a cylinder down here. I'm jacking it up. I've got a cylinder underneath the body on the rotisserie pushing the middle up so that I could get that tacoing out. I welded this bar in. Now I just have to finish welding. I got this one tacked in on this side. I got to tack and weld on that side. But I am using my new Eastwood welder, which is that machine over there. It's the TIG 220 AC/DC. Really nice machine so far. I've only been using it for about the last 15 minutes, but seems like it's going to work really good, and that's going to allow me to do aluminum. The other welder I was using when I welded up the rotisserie to the body mounts of the car, that's my ESOB, and that one was scratched to start, so it didn't have a pedal, and then it was only it didn't have high frequency, so it wouldn't allow me to weld aluminum. So now we're dialed with that, but I'm just going to weld this up and then remove the pressure off of this cylinder, and we'll see if this tacoing's gone away. Need a little more. I'm no pro welder. It's been about 7 years since I've welded with a TIG welder, but that should hold. So yeah, we'll let this jack down and see if that fixed our taco problem. That's much better. The other day the door was starting to rub on the quarter panel, so it's still a tiny bit low right here, but at least we have some structure in here keeping it together. I might have to add some more because all of this section's getting cut out and gonna get replaced with new sheet metal. All right, we're back. Got a few things I need to wrap up on this before it heads over to sandblast. I got some brake lines here I got to take out. Got a couple mounts here. I might drill the spot welds on this tow hook, and then this is a pedal support that I might pull the welds or drill the welds off that, take it off. And then I want to cut this tunnel section out. I started it, but I want to cut that tunnel section out. And that way when we sandblast, we can sandblast that tunnel, because I'm not going to remove it. I'm just going to, remove the whole floor pan at this seam and then weld the new floor pan in. So yeah, I'm just going to start tinkering with that stuff. And then in the rear, I've got some engine mounts, transmission mounts, and then some linkage and cables still that need to be removed from the bottom. And if that all goes well, then I maybe will work on, you can see that it was, had some sort of an accident here. And so all this sheet metal here is distorted. And in order for me to change this front pan, I'm gonna have to pull that out. So I'm not sure yet. I might drill the spot welds out, or just maybe even just cut along here for now, and then start pulling this stuff out and see if I can hammer and dolly that into a better form so that that front trunk pan will fit in there correctly. So anyways, let's get at it. Front brake line, it's kind of nice. All the brake lines look like they're going to be reusable, so I'm happy about that. Just have to clean them up. Yeah, if it wasn't for some of the rust in this car, it actually would be in really good shape. Okay, here's a flat there. And you can see how easy that broke free. So, like I say, brake lines and stuff have been really good. There, number 8 there. Kind of looking over everything, make sure I don't miss anything. It'd be nice to get all these cobwebs off this thing too. There's been quite a few little spiders working their way around. Yeah, I'm gonna try to preserve that if I can, this pedal bracket. All right, I'll show you how I remove spot welds. This is a spot weld drill from Harbor Freight. It's actually one of my favorite ones. I had some high quality ones a long time ago and they just didn't work like this. It's basically a miniature hole saw that's reversible. So I go through with a small drill bit, drill a pilot hole, right? First I'm sorry, let me back up. First I scrape off this undercoating. And then everywhere there's a low spot, it shows me, that there's a spot weld here, 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 here. So there's 4 of them. So I'll go through and I'll pre-drill them. And then this doesn't have a drill bit like a hole saw. It's just got like a little point with a spring on it. And so you can stick it right in that hole that you pre-drilled. And you're basically just cutting away the material until it frees up. And then every once in a while, I'll take my scraper and I'll just pry on it just to see if it's released. And that one has released. So then I'll go to the next one here. This spot weld drill that I have is so old. I don't even know if Harbor Freight sells them anymore. And it's the last one I have, so I need to go down and or get online and see if they still sell them. That one's free. It's kind of nice if you can stick your scraper in there and have some pry on it when you're drilling to know when it actually does break free. All right, so you can kind of see how that works. Just gonna get that out of my way. There we go. And then you can get whatever your favorite grinding tool is after that. And just as you grind all those down smooth. That was a little slow, but if I break out the grinder. Then I'll just go back around with the hammer and dolly and just kind of fix any distortion that I've caused by prying that off. There we go, and then now that'll sit flat in there. And I think I'm going to keep using this little mini belt sander because I think that grinder is kind of putting a little bit too much heat in there. That's quite a bit more precise. This thing's kind of nice because you can have it go reverse and then it shoots the sparks away from you. Just like that. That's how I remove spot welds. So, I don't know, 10 down, about 1 million to go.